Hi, today I'm going to talk about how climate change affects the oceans. What is climate change? Climate change is the change in climate pattern. This relates back to climate, which is basically the weather in a certain area over a long period of time. How exactly does climate change affect the oceans? We're going to break this down into 5 categories: coral bleaching, rising sea levels, a warmer ocean, melting of the poles, and ocean acidification. First category is coral bleaching. Coral bleaching is when high temperatures in the water cause coral to deprive the algae and may eventually kill it. In our 3 pictures, we see one is healthy, the other is stressed, and the third one is what happens when you have coral bleaching. It turns completely white. How does humans affect coral bleaching? Well, if we release greenhouse gases and CO2, and the ocean absorbs it, making the water warmer. How will coral bleaching affect humans? Well, we'll lose food, income, and enjoyment. How can we prevent it? We help reduce pollution. The rising sea levels. Scientists indicate that by 2100, the oceans will rise 11 to 38 inches. In our 2 pictures, we see New York, which will be completely flooded, and in our other picture, Florida. The red outlines where it will be affected. How does humans affect the rising sea levels? Well, because we pollute our air, the ocean absorbs that heat and expands, so the oceans will rise. How can it affect us? Well, people are going to have to leave because their homes are going to be flooded and more storm surges are going to come. How can we prevent it? Stop pollution. A warmer ocean. In our 2 pictures here, we see a lonely polar bear, and on the other, we see a map. Now, the ocean absorbs the heat that we put into our air. So carbon dioxide, fossil fuels, all of that. Basically, on this map, red is bad. We do not want red. How does humans affect the warmer oceans? Well, we put fossil fuels and pollutants into our air, and the ocean absorbs the heat, making it warmer. How will humans be affected? Well, we'll lose food and resources, which would be bad. And how can we prevent it? We stop pollution. Major thing, stop pollution. Our next category is the melting of the poles. On one picture, we see a polar bear, and on the other, we see a satellite picture from 1979 to 2007. Obviously, there's a major difference in that the pole is getting smaller. How does humans affect the melting of the poles? Well, by putting greenhouse gases and fossil fuels into the air, it warms the earth and melts the poles. How will melting of the poles affect humans? Well, we'll lose food and we'll have a loss in jobs, like fishing. What can we do to help prevent it? We reduce pollution. And finally, ocean acidification. In our map here, the blue is representing where carbon dioxide has went into the water and acidificated it. In our map here, we see that the carbon dioxide moves into the water and creates 2 hydrogen, carbon, and oxygen 3. This is where ocean acidification happens, and it's not good, and we need to stop it. How does humans affect ocean acidification? We pollute our air with carbon dioxide. How will it affect us? We'll have a loss in food and resources. What can we do to help prevent it? We reduce our carbon dioxide input into the atmosphere. Thank you for watching. This is my works cited. I gladly encourage you guys to look at it. This includes pictures and research.
Created using Powtoon.